This is Andy Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Galal Yafai here in Birmingham. Galal, last time you fought here, it was what people called kind of your breakout fight in the pro scene, a massive domestic fight with Sonny Edwards. Now you're back and you're going into what Eddie's described as somewhat of a Mexican war, even though you're not Mexican yourself. How are you feeling ahead of Saturday night?
Yeah, I feel good, it's gone so quick from the Sonny fight now. That nearly 7 months has just flown by. But yeah, I'm fighting a good fight. Anyone that does know him knows he's a proper fighter. So hopefully I get a bit of credit when I beat him.
That time away from the ring, what's made you take a bit of extra time before returning until now from when you did beat Sonny?
No real reason really. I have a month off after my fights normally, and then I'm always back in the gym. I take over. So it's just the guys at Matchroom and trying to organise my fight, and it just happened to be now.
Has it been frustrating for you, kind of waiting for a date?
A little bit, but nowadays you go on and you're fighting 12 rounders. You're normally fighting every 6 months. So if I'm fighting twice here, it's normal now, isn't it?
Obviously, with this fight with Rodriguez, as we mentioned earlier on, a lot of people expecting fireworks throughout. So what's going to be the difference to ensure that you do come out on top in this equation?
It's a good question. I wanna find out on Saturday as well. I don't really know. It's the same with every opponent I have. I think I'm better at them at this, and hopefully I am better than him on Saturday. But the thing about me is I can do a few things. Rodriguez can pretty much just come forward, but I can do a few things. So hopefully, if Plan A isn't working, I can move to Plan B and Plan C.
Given how blistering of a performance it was against Sonny and how dominant you were in that fight, do you feel like there's going to be more of an expectation on trying to see that stoppage, if you will? But by the same token, getting a stoppage against Francisco Rodriguez won't be any easy feat.
You know what though? I could have told anyone 5 years ago that Rodriguez would listen. I like Sonny. We're cool. I beat him, so I've got no bad blood there. He's a harder fight than Sonny in any stage of their careers. If anyone knows, if anyone would have watched him, he's fought Nakatani, he's fought Ioka, he's fought Nati Dienez, he fought all of them. He fought Roman Gonzalez. He turned pro in 2010 when I hadn't even started boxing, or 2009. So this guy is very experienced, been in with them all. So I don't think he's really worried about me. But hopefully he's come Saturday.
How much of a perfect test do you feel this is for you then, ahead of what you hope to be that world title fight, provided Saturday goes to plan?
Well, it should be a good test. On paper it is. More than likely it's going to be in the fight because he's an able fighter and he's really good. But we'll see Saturday. We don't know how the fight's going to turn out.
I saw your reaction on stage when Eddie mentioned Sonny and how people maybe felt, without knowing before the fight, he was coming towards the end of his career. Do you feel like you've been not discredited, but maybe not received as much credit as what you could have done, because obviously after the fight Sonny was talking about he was going to retire one way or another depending on how it went? Yeah,
definitely. Sonny was 28. I started my first fight was at 28, so it's like, come on, man. But yeah, that's the narrative people had, and what that fight tells me is what people really think of me if they think Sonny was done. It was almost like so they kind of come to terms with how easy I beat Sonny. So it was almost we're pissed off. How can we discredit Galal? Sonny finished. He's retiring, which is a bit unfair, but it's boxing and they don't pay my bills, so it's okay.
How much of a shock was it for you then going into that fight? People saw it as a 50-50.
Yeah. It wasn't a shock for me. It probably should have been, or probably more people were leaning towards Sonny, which is probably fair enough because he was a former world champion. People had a real soft spot for Sonny, which was I want to say crazy to me, but he's quite outspoken, so he kind of turned a few heads, or say that turned a few heads. People maybe disliked him a lot before, but they come to quite like him towards the end, which is good for him because he was a good fighter. He's a good asset to British boxing. But I think I would always beat Sonny if I fought him whenever.
Away from him, in terms of Taraji, confident that at the back end of this year you can get that fight on, and would you travel over to Japan for that fight?
If I have to travel, I have to travel. If it's up to me, I'd fight him in my back garden. But if I have to travel, I have to travel. But again, I'm not looking too far ahead. Rodriguez is a proper fighter. People that know boxing are thinking, this is a hard fight for Galal. Hopefully I can prove him wrong. It can be an easy fight, but I'm prepared for a hard one.
I'm going to throw one more in there. I know you're not wanting to look too far into the future, but Eddie's mentioned it. If maybe your paths align at any point, yourself and Bam, a fight which you feel like at some point could happen, provided you both continue to win.
Yeah, definitely. I know after the fight against Sonny, I got asked that, and I said, oh gosh, I've just beat Sonny. You know, I'm not even world champion yet. I make flyweight easy, but yeah, that's definitely a fight I'd love to have. But Bam's a 2-weight world champion. He's in the pound for pound list. I've not even won a world title. I've had 9 fights. I've not even won a world title. Let me try and win a world title, and then I'll go up a weight and I'll happily fight him. But for now, let me win a world title, and then the end fight's coming away.
What goes through your mind like, when I'm asking you that question as well, and how much pressure do you feel there is on your shoulders because of your amateur success, because again, that dominant performance last time out, how much pressure are you feeling on your shoulders to live up to all of these potential fights and that height?
Nah, it's no pressure at all. I do boxing because I like doing boxing, and because I'm alright, and it pays for my life. So I don't feel no pressure. I just feel like it's a fight. I don't. Not saying in a horrible way, but I don't really care what people think. Even if someone thinks I'm good, brilliant. If they think I'm not good, then that's brilliant. I don't mind. It is what it is. I don't get too stuck into where I'm worried about what people think. I just do what I'm doing and I enjoy it.
It's a good fight. It's quick. Get your thoughts on before we wrap this up. Usyk-Dubois too. Do you have a pick and any thoughts on that, Galal?
Yeah, I've got to go Usyk. I like Dubois. You know, I've been boxing with my GB for a little bit. He's a really good fighter and he's got brilliant form at the minute. But Usyk's just a brilliant fighter, and he's beaten before, so I think that kind of says what's going to happen.
The same night, Manny Pacquiao returns against Mario Barrios. What do you make of his return straight into a world title fight, and do you give him any chance going into that fight? A lot of people obviously writing him off because of his time away from the ring.
Yeah, I don't really give him a chance. You know, he's what, 47 is he? 46. He's a legend. Pacquiao, grew up watching him. I loved him. But you know, being 46 years old, it's hard, and I don't think he probably lives the best of lives as well. But he's done so many great things in the sport. He probably deserves to just walk in and have a fight for the world title. But then again, Barrios, I like Barrios, but he's not the best of the world champions, is he? So he's probably getting the easiest one.
And last one, Canelo Crawford. Your take, please, Galal.
I'm probably going to go with Canelo. I like Crawford, but I think Canelo's just a bigger guy. He's more experienced. Yeah, I think he's too big probably, and probably just walking down.
Galal, best of luck on Saturday. I'll go get you that magazine.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.